Okay, day 149, part 2 of the Awan Brotherhood. I think I thought about calling this episode Hillary's Mangoes, but I thought that sounded pretty bad. But I just wanted to talk about this corporation that was started by the Awan brothers and the two wives, called New Dawn Corporation 2001. Here's the kind of the what happened. This week of July, the last week of July in 2011, we started receiving these mangoes from Pakistan, which is all well and good, the 27th. Now, everyone probably remembers Lucky Luciano sending heroin into the United States through oranges. What they do is they put wax oranges and they put the heroin inside, and then they would send it to Harlem and different New Orleans and different places in the United States, different ports of entry. So this is an old drug trafficking trick. Well, let's see what happened in and around this 27th, where the mangoes are actually being flown from Pakistan to O'Hare Airport, where I am about 2 miles away from right now. I'm about right here, and this is O'Hare Airport right here, okay? So we have Mike Morrell, of all people, meeting with Pakistani intelligence about 13 days before that, saying they're really going to crack down on spy rings. We also have an arrest here in New York City of this guy named Syed. I won't say any more than that, other than the fact that he's the guy who arranged this drug line that I'm about ready to talk about, this rat line that I'm about ready to talk about. You also have this email between Huma and Hillary talking about this new era that's about ready to be established on the 25th between India and Pakistan, this new era. Then, of course, you have the Awans starting their company on July 29th called New Dawn. So what happens is, actually, this is the Gulan School here, right here, by the casino in Rosemont. This is the Gulan headquarters of the concept schools, located in Devon. This is also Park Ridge, where Hillary's from. Anyway, Hillary and Huma just trade all kinds of emails about these mangoes, along with Jake Sullivan. They're really focused on these mangoes coming into the United States. And they're coming up this road here from in O'Hare Airport, and taking a right turn and going over to this Raja Foods. Amazing success story, this Raja Foods. Business grew 25% a year. It's a $150 million business. He built a huge mansion in Lakeview. So it's just an interesting guy, Sweet Patal. So we'll be visiting all these places and talking to all the people that touched and held these mangoes and inspected these mangoes and so forth. And we'll figure out why the Awan brothers, all the way in Washington, D.C., wanted to be involved in this freight business, this fruit business, because they were already involved in so many other things. We're going to ask why they had a technology company and they were taking routers out of the House of Representatives and then doping them and putting them back in and selling them back to the government. We're going to talk about why the Gulan schools here have been investigated by the FBI. They've been investigated for building fraud. They had a raid in 2014. So we're going to have fun with all these things. There's just so much evidence here. It's hard to present it all in one go, but you can see here that Hillary was very interested in that spy Syed that I talked about. Hillary and Huma on the 18th of July 2011 were very interested in that spy Syed being caught. They spelled it a little differently. They spelled it S-A-I-D. His actual spelling is S-Y-E-D. That might just be a country thing. But then there's the New Era email on the 25th. New Dawn starts on the 29th. The Mangoes email is on the 30th, and 8 days later, the Navy SEALs are killed that were in the Osama bin Laden raid. The 22 Navy SEALs are killed.